Gucci YouTube, it's your boy Black Gucci got 3 long face, skinny body, and we back still black with some more Fireboards and anime manga content. Now, before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, smash the like button, share the video with your friends. Time to get gritty yet again. Yes, sir, ski. Before we do, before we get Boruto, because it's getting close to that time, Boruto chapter 67, probably a little over a week away from doing the spoilers of the month, and then we start creeping into the chapter territory. So we're getting close to that time. So I do have a Boruto chapter 67 prediction videos in the works, so stay tuned for that. I just wanted to get that out the way because, to clarify, this video wouldn't necessarily be the same in the sense this is like what's to expect in a more general or broad sense of the events that happen after chapter 66 in the Boruto / Naruto verse just in general versus chapter 67 predictions versus, like, you know, immediate reactions to the events that happened last chapter. Now, it's what to expect after the events of chapter 66. All in all, I want to stray away from what I expect necessarily to go down in chapter 67 because I saved that for another video for another day, but just in general. So let's touch on the fact that regardless if Boruto is dead, you know, if Boruto is not dead, Momoshiki saved his life somehow, the Jogan is into the mix, regardless of whatever the case is going down, we have to understand what happened. You know, it happened. Naruto saw it, Shikamaru saw it, in a sense, like, yeah, Kawaki went through with it. Now, they also have to take into account it wasn't necessarily just Kawaki, you know, facing off Momoshiki, killing off Boruto, in a sense where Boruto regained his consciousness. They saw deliberately, both Kawaki and Boruto had a plan. It wasn't on the spot. They realized the situation at hand and then went through, and ultimately Kawaki made the decision to put the final thrust pause into Boruto's chest. So now we here with it. Now, what is to come after those events of chapter 66? Now, just in general, just to get it out the way, I feel like, first of all, 67 is really getting to a very rich climactic point. I honestly don't believe we're at the what the fuck moment yet, and that's crazy to see because all of this shit has been happening. Like, the main what the fuck moments, like, remember when Kawaki was just escaping and all of a sudden we just see Cole just pop up right in front of this nigga, like, what the fuck? It's like, all right, so now what the fuck is going down? Kawaki's about to meet Ada, and then Boruto popping up, you know, getting all these revelations about the Karma Seal after all this time, and then seeing Boruto out here, the pills that Amado gave him were put into effect with Boruto controlling Momoshiki's powers. Just, man, what the fuck moments. But now it's really like a real what the fuck, because it's like Naruto just witnessed his son allegedly be killed off. Now, we don't necessarily know. You already know my stance on should Boruto be dead, should Boruto stay dead, the progression that it can do for the story. However, Naruto just witnessed, at the end of the day, Kawaki just really went for killing a tent against this nigga, but he also had to witness, you know, Boruto coming to terms with the scenario. Naruto has been in the line of duty for a long time, so he's not some kid. We have to take that account. Now, we also have to take into account there's different type of love when it comes to your child, you feel me? So you never really know what a parent can do or what a parent would be willing to do in this case. Now, in the grand scheme of things, after these events, I don't see Boruto or Kawaki. Now, no pun intended with Boruto. You also know the show is called Boruto, so he's not going for good. But we don't know if Boruto's going to be here with us. But at the end of the day, I don't believe Boruto or Kawaki will be coming back to the Hidden Leaf Village anytime soon after these events. Now, how do I see the situation de-escalating? Because we still got Code holding Shikamaru in a hostage situation. He could disappear any minute he wants to. And we still have Ada watching everything go down as everything is unfolding. So we still have to see how, you know, the immediate reactions come about in chapter 67. But all in all, the return to the village is looking like it might just be a Naruto and Shikamaru trip. I'm feeling like maybe possibly a dead Boruto's body will accompany them, but I really, for some strange reason, and I feel like people aren't talking about this enough, I don't see Kawaki going back to the village, especially after the things that has been going down. Not in the sense it's like nobody will accept him, but just looking at the scenario, understanding the situation and the sacrifice, and I'm saying in Kawaki's sense that Kawaki was willing to make, already knowing where his stance is in the village and that there's a select handful of people that will come to his defense on a situation even as drastic as this, because people like Sabra and Mitsuki have to understand the news as well. Like, yeah, Kawaki went for the killing blow against Boruto versus a stranger who understands, well, Kawaki did, you know, if there's a monster dwelling inside of Boruto, which the village was known to at this moment, because they made sure that they understood, like, okay, Boruto was a major deciding factor in the battle against Ishiki. They don't necessarily know the details as to how that's come about, how he was able to transfer Ishiki into a whole nother dimension. They just know, oh, Boruto played a hand in helping his dad and Sasuke save the village. Yes, that's the young hero, you feel me? Shit like that. They don't know. On the other hand, they know Kawaki basically could become Otsutsuki any minute. Like, this nigga's a threat to the village. They know all of that shit. They have rumors. They're spreading all of the talk about him. Now, once it comes to fruition, real, I don't want to say twisted, because at the end of the day, we understand the details that actually went down, but in a twisted way, Kawaki just saved the village. He really just saved everybody from Momoshiki, like the big bad. If Momoshiki is actually, or should I say Boruto in this sense, is actually, you know what I'm saying, no longer breathing. It's gonna be real drastic changes in the village, I feel. Possibly we might keep Boruto out for the next couple of chapters, and if that's the case, Kawaki definitely won't be coming to the village. Naruto and Shikamaru might be making their way back, a whole lot of shit on their mind, and in a sense, like, what will happen with Cole? At this point, Cole can't do shit against the likes of Kawaki, so Kawaki is not that type of person like, yo, let Shikamaru go, I'm gonna end it, but he will see that Naruto wants to, you know, straighten out the situation. So maybe, possibly, before Kawaki decides to, I'm gonna go along with Cole, I want to meet the person who you're in charge of, because I already know I'm stronger than you, so I want to see how I can control that person, and then we can get even more dialogue and more detail into the intentions behind Ada, and then shit that's going down with her and Damon and that whole scenario there. But like, bro, right now Kawaki can't come back to the village, man. Kawaki can't come back to the village, and if Boruto's going back to the village after this, it's gonna be Boruto's body. Now, if Boruto's not necessarily dead, I don't see him, like him himself, being comfortable with going back to the village after everything that has just went down. Now, I'm not saying Boruto's just gonna run away, but like, there's gonna be something that happens where Boruto understands, okay, I'm gonna have to isolate myself. In a sense where Kawaki feels like he's not gonna be accepted after the fact that everybody's gonna learn he did this to Boruto. So for Kawaki, it's kind of like a no given, even though not that many people are talking about it. But in Boruto's sense, it's like, if he's coming back after these events, obviously I know he's going to be alive again. Now, this is only if Kishimoto decides, like, okay, well, I'm going to make sure Boruto is just outside of the chapter for the next couple of chapters, you know, outside of the story, and we're going to bring him back in a different type of way. But even if they decide that, it's like Boruto cannot decide consciously for himself, I'm going to go live, like, next to Himawari and Hinata, you feel me? After this nigga Momoshiki just did all of this damage, the only way I see him going back to the village without any fight or anything on his mind is just that there's gonna be nothing on his mind, because that guy is dead, you feel me? Like, he's gonna be in a pack, Naruto's gonna have to put the funeral together and all of that shit. But at the end of the day, I don't see these niggas coming back to the village. My chapter 67 predictions will definitely focus more on Naruto's immediate reaction, but like I said, man, it's just so much, you have to take into account when looking at this. It's like really a whole lot you have to take into account. Naruto is very shocked, so I don't feel like we're gonna see Naruto's true reaction. Maybe like a natural reaction, like what the fuck, like a reflex shit. But his true, like, after he sits and ponder on this, like, what the fuck just happened? You feel me? Like, really, like, what just went down? But even with that, I feel like we're gonna get more on Naruto definitely for chapter 67. But until my chapter 67 predictions and until my next video, this is just what I believe overall in the grand scheme of things. Like, Boruto and Kawaki is, at least until the time skip, this is it for them in the Hidden Leaf village. They're gonna have to part ways for a couple of days, if you know what I mean. But until my next video, holla at your boy. I'ma holla at y'all. It's your boy Black Uchiha 3. Leave your comments below. What are your anticipations for chapter 67? How do y'all feel about some of the things that went down in chapter 66? Do y'all feel like I missed anything? And do y'all are excited, like, for any of the upcoming potential spoilers that will be coming out in the later week? Boruto chapter 67. But until my next video, like I said, holla at your boy. I'm holla at y'all. Black Uchiha. Yes, sir.
Hey, can we take a trip to the sky? Show them that our limit's too high. Cocoa butter hips on the wristlet.